Video is going. I'm going to click into the game. I'm going to click on video 3, 2, 1. Click. All right, let's. Clap. Hello everybody, welcome back to PadFootTD Games. My name is Zach, I'm the voice behind the icon, and today we are back with the beautiful, most lovely Queen Mary 2. Now, today we are right outside in the Atlantic Ocean. We are right outside of Rotterdam. Now, this is what our route's going to look like. I'm actually going to adjust this a little bit. We have the pilot on board who's going to kind of bring us through, but essentially, this is our route. All the way through the channel, all the way down, all the way in, all the way through, all the way up. We will see ourselves when we get further down the line, but we are definitely not going to be able to do this all in like this video, and the whole point is to be able to do it in the video. So you guys will see a little bit of a time lapse. As we go through. Sorry, my baby just shocked me. So we will see you guys when we get a little bit closer. Enjoy the time lapse of our beautiful journey down to the port of Rotterdam, and it should be just a fantastic time. We will see you guys on the other side. Just like that, everybody, we are down the channel. Did I actually end up putting like way too many? Yeah, I did. I was like, I couldn't remember exactly how many I needed. I knew the dock was like around here somewhere, but I hope you guys enjoyed that little time lapse. We did get a little closer to a couple vessels than I was expecting. So I can't say that I was overly impressed with the pilot's actions, because I'm going to blame them until I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, But we're going to take this thing off of autopilot, come in. We are going to drop ourselves down. I didn't really need to go far back, but we are going to start slowing ourselves down just a little bit as we get ourselves ready this morning to dock here in Rotterdam. I'm just curious. You know what? That's not as long of a trip as I would think. At 14 knots, I think we had that set at 6 a.m. Just before 6 a.m. So really, that wasn't that bad. We probably could have done a little bit more of that, but I had never actually done that. So, that was nice. That was nice to actually kind of do that. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day. I know that I am. I'm excited for us docking here in Rotterdam for the first time. I know some people say Rotterdam, some say Rotterdam. I think that one just sounds wrong. It's probably like, you know, and that's not meant to be offensive, but I know that Americans suck at pronouncing things, and I extra suck for being partially deaf, not being able to actually pronounce things. So, I mean no offense, I suck at it. Let's share that moment together. But yeah, this is just a fantastic sailing so far. It's been really, really cool. And, of course, really excited to be here in Rotterdam. And, as well, just being able to continue with the Queen Mary 2. You know, we're pretty invested in this one. We do have still a couple stops once we leave Rotterdam. We are going to have a day at sea. I think it's actually 2 days at sea before we start heading into Norway. And I think we've got one stop. I think we're going to do a total of 3 stops, and then we will head back over to New York. So you guys got a couple more weeks here with Queen Mary 2. I know that some people have some opinions on that. And I know that a lot of people would like to see another ship because for some reason Queen Mary isn't super exciting for some people, and that's okay. This is the one that I really wanted to be able to try, and you know, I'm not even mad, disappointed, anything. I love sailing this beautiful vessel, and especially being able to come over here to Europe, you know, with Southampton last week. Well, yesterday, and then to Rotterdam, and then all the places that we are going to attempt to sail into before heading back to New York. And I've got tons of other ships that are in mind that are on our list to sail, but Queen Mary 2 was one of them. You know, I did have somebody ask me the other day, by the way, and I kind of feel like I want to bring this one up. Somebody asked me about sailing. I think one was the Titanic, and somebody also asked me about sailing like the Mauritania or stuff like that. I unfortunately don't have that much of an interest sailing historical vessels. I love the Titanic. I will do that in my own time. Excuse me, but it's not exactly something that I'm like, oh, let's do that. I like keeping it with like the realistic, as realistic as I can. But the realistic combination of, you know, modern ships and modern itineraries. And again, they're vacations. This one, Queen Mary 2, is definitely more of an experience. But I was kind of thinking about it, you know, I don't really have interest to do those normally, but I'm wondering, I'm like, oh, you know what I should do next year for the anniversary of the Titanic? Maybe make one in Virtual Sailor and actually complete the journey. You know, leave from Southampton, stop off in... It's off the coast of Dublin, right? I think that's what it was. And then sail over to New York. No, don't do... Not actual doing, like, the sinking, all that. Like, actually be able to complete the route. You know what I mean? I think that could add a lot to it. You know. I'm going to bring us back a little bit. 8 knots is a little bit quick for us to be starting to get ready to approach a dock here. Pilot's been fantastic getting us through here. We've been really watching depths. Queen Mary is just, she be big. Queen Mary 2, sorry, QM2 is just rather big. So it's been really nice to have that trained eye with us, obviously, and getting a little bit closer to some of the vessels than I wanted. And when our departure goes, we actually will probably do that in in real time for our own sake. But that kind of comes from God, what's the word I'm looking for? The inexperience of sailing here, and kind of what we wanted to be able to do. And also, I don't have the most amount of time to film today, unfortunately. I am trying to make the most out of the time that I do have. Slowing down to 5 knots, and we are going to pull in with disembarkation happening on the starboard side. When we do leave, I'm going to pop out really quick here, just so you guys can see it. When we do leave, we are going to use... Ooh, I should actually do that research. God, that cloud base is so low. I'm curious, because this looks like a shallow... Yeah, that's a shallow, like, part of the channel right there. You guys see it? Right here. So it is super shallow. That's really interesting. I'm gonna actually have to see if I can find footage of the QM2 leaving Southampton. I think in real life, I think it's big enough for a turning basin that's there, but it does not seem like it's big enough in sim to be able to do so. Thought I was gonna slow down a little bit more. There's like no drag in this ship. Holland America Lund. Would have been much happier closer to 2 knots by the time that we got close to the dock. That's usually what we try to strive for here. 2 knots is there. The one problem that I have, I mean, I guess I do have it, but I don't feel like they're well positioned, is these windows in the floor. Not 40, 26. I can't see exactly where I want to see. Very nice. Watching the aft as well as we come through. Take the thruster out, please. Nice. Continuing forward. Nice and easy. Nice and slow. I'm curious too. Just curious. I'm curious if you're curious, y'all. If you had the opportunity to vote on the next vessel, like if we kind of did a tier system, like, you know, here we're gonna start with 8, take the top votes. All right, cool. Now we're gonna go down to 4. All right, cool. Now we're gonna go down to 2. You know what I mean? If you guys had the option to be able to vote for the next vessel that we were to sail with here in Virtual Sailor Next Generation, would you guys think that would be fun? Just out of curiosity. You know, I've people ask me all the time for certain ships, and they get added to a log of like, okay, yeah, we'll do these at some point, but you know, there's a lot. We are very lucky right now to be able to have some of these ships. And you know, recently we've done a lot of Alex. I kind of want to do a Lucas ship here in the relative close future. But man, do we have options? You know what I mean? Which is why I originally brought up about possibly doing 2 a week. And the only reason why I kind of brought that up is You guys seem to like the content. I like making the content, but there did feel like there was a pretty strong presence of, no, actually, we're pretty happy with what we have. And I was like, okay, all right then. I'm not going to complain. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be stupid of me to complain. You guys like having the roadblocks out there on Monday and keeping it on a Friday, Saturday release for Virtual Sailor, as we just continue to get through our ship catalog. By the way, I will be well into, like, it feels like retirement age by the time we actually get through all the ships and all the itineraries that I want to do. Because again, we have all the Disney ships, we have a bunch of Carnival, we have Costa if we really wanted to use them. We've got, like I said, a bunch of Carnival, a bunch of Royal Caribbean, a bunch of, we have a sailing ship. We've got, I saw a Windstar the other day that I want to see if I can kind of track down. We've got Norwegian ships that we still haven't poked at. We have MSC, we have Holland America, we've got Celebrity, we've got MSC Explorer. Love that ship, by the way. Favorite ship ever to sail, besides maybe the Disney Treasure. We got the Disney Treasure, obviously, so we've got a lot of options, and the community, I hope, continues. I am a little worried with Alon gone that eventually Steam will shut down the game, and I'm genuinely curious if anybody's thought through of, can we salvage the game without needing the Steam launcher? Because, in case you don't know, you need internet connection to launch Virtual Sailor. Swinging the aft over just a smidge. Sounds like my baby is refusing to go to sleep. Let's bring it down a little bit. Accidentally clicked on that on the way by. What do we look at, like, outside? How are we doing? Oh, we're well alongside. I'm gonna go a little bit further, but that'll be it, because we are in a really good spot. I mean, I could turn around here. It'd be really, really tight. That's probably what we're gonna have to do. Look at that building. Look at that architecture, man. Back inside. Gonna get distracted. Not here for that. Beautiful. Getting down to static 0. And getting it ready to dock. There you go. Let's make that go away. Let's shoot out some lines here. Let's get ourselves outside. Let's make them look pretty, shall we? Oh, gosh, he looks so good with the city right there in the background. Okay, that one's disappeared. Am I going to be able to retrieve that? Did it. Alright. I wish I could use a little bit more of the free cam when doing this. That's okay. Up there. Up there. There. That looks good. These also feel like they're really low, but I don't 100% know. And what about you back here? Well, those two are kind of fine. I wish that one was within the fence line, but, like, I don't know. Is it going to be worth trying to retrieve you? Gotcha. Hey, Layla. I have a question for you, Layla. I know you guys couldn't hear that, but why did it sound like you fell off of the high chair? Yeah, something tells me you shouldn't have been up there. Alright, we are here at a beautiful 6:40 in the morning. I really thought it was going to be longer. But there you have it, everybody. Welcome to Rotterdam. I really actually thought that transit was going to be longer. I really thought this channel was longer, but it's really not. It's like... Wow, those many years of ship simming have truly put me in a weird spot for what scale is, you know what I mean? But I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was a little bit weird and probably, to be 100% honest, probably a little short, maybe? Maybe not. Just with that time-lapse ability, but like, we live and we learn. We'll have it a little bit different on the way out. But that's going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoy what you saw, we do try to get a video out here on the channel every single day. And I really do appreciate your continued support. But with that, I thank you guys so much for coming out to this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.